Ariel Melendez. You're on with Tony. Go ahead.
Hey, Tony. First of all, welcome to Philadelphia. It sounded like until the last minute that you were going to end up staying with Carolina, but things just didn't work out in the end. When did you kind of get the sense that you were going to be moving on, and when did Philadelphia kind of enter the picture for you?
Yeah, we had a lot of talks with Carolina dating back to midway through the season. We kind of opened up extension discussions and stuff because we had a good year and successful run. Obviously, we fell short in the playoffs there, but it was a place I really liked. I loved playing for Rod Brindamore. He's a fantastic coach and stuff. So I was definitely interested in staying, and they were interested in keeping me. But it was getting to the point where we weren't, working something out that we both could agree upon. And then, qualifying offers, I believe, is Monday. You have to put that in there. So we were able to start negotiating with other teams. I obviously wasn't in the fold there. I was leaving it all to my agent. So I was kind of just getting phone calls here and there whenever things were coming in, but the Flyers are one of the teams that were interested, and obviously very mutual interest on our side. So we were able to get something done, and it came on pretty quick. I mean, I don't know how long my agent was going back and forth with the team or how long it really took, but from my end, it seemed like it was pretty quick, and we were happy to get it done.
Charlie O'Connor, you're on with Tony. Go ahead.
Hey, Tony. When we spoke with Chuck Fletcher yesterday, he said that he's had conversations with you. I'm curious if he's discussed with you what he envisions your role being on this team.
No, I mean, we haven't got too far into that yet, but I think we get a pretty good idea what it's going to be. I feel like my game hasn't changed. It's similar in an offensive style game, puck mover, but I think I play hard, play with a lot of compete, and there's a toughness to my game, a little bit of an edge to my game that I think I could bring as well. So obviously defense is the most important part when you're a defenseman, but I think that's been getting better and better each year. I thought I had a real good year this year defending, and obviously with a good team too, it makes it a little bit easier on you, I guess, defensively. But I thought I did a real nice job, and I continue to improve there, and I continue to get better on that side of the puck, and I want to keep doing that coming here.
Gianna Hahn, you're on with Tony. Go ahead.
Hi, Tony. Welcome to Philadelphia. As you just mentioned, you're more known as offensive defenseman, and John Tortorella is known for hitting defense hard, has talked about that a lot. So I was wondering, how do you see yourself fitting into a John Tortorella style team?
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to do whatever the coach wants to be done, right? It's his team. So whatever he says that needs to be done, that's what we're all going to do. We all have to be bought in. The only way you can win in this league is if you have guys bought in, 20 guys, 23 guys. So I think as a team, I only know a few of the guys so far. I'll be getting to know the rest here pretty soon, but we have to be bought in. So whatever Torch is going to want, that's what we got to do. But I think within a team structure, everybody's play comes out too. If you're an offensive guy, your play is going to be able to come out. Coaches know that they have to get guys doing what they do best as well. So we're all going to play within the structure, and then we're going to let our individual skills are going to have to show it to us to be a good team. So I'm not worried about anything. I'm willing to buy into whatever needs to be done to win.
Sam Carchidi, you're on with Tony. Go ahead.
Yeah, Tony, I think yesterday you were saying that you actually you're born in Jersey, but you grew up in Philly. Was it South Philly? And what are your impressions of Philly? And also, I want to ask you about some of the comments you've made in the past, some of the racial comments. That's upset some people in Philadelphia. What do you say to those people?
Yeah, I mean, I've questions a lot. I think that some of the stories that you guys are putting there would be very inaccurate. I'm obviously not going to dive into it here in this chat here, but what I would say is I'm absolutely not racist at all. I had, there was something I said back in junior. People don't know what it is. I'm not going to go into it, but it was something that I regretted. And it was a friend of mine on my team that we had an argument, and we remained friends. And the other stories that have come out here are just totally false. And I think that's why the teams in this league have known that. So you get pushback, obviously, because there's some stuff that goes out there that's inaccurate. But I think that the people are going to get to know me well and really enjoy my game and the kind of person I am off the ice too. So I don't need to say too much about that. I'm just looking forward to proving it as I did in Carolina this past year, and do the same thing here with the fans.
And did you grow up in South Philly, or what part of Philly?
Yeah, my whole family's from South Philly. I was actually the only one born in Jersey. I was born in Township, but we've been in South Philly back again for like 10 years now. So I was my brother has a house in South Philly. My sisters, my grandparents both live in South Philly. My family, me. So we've been here forever, and we've been diehard Flyer fans until the day of my draft when I didn't get picked by the Flyers, and now we're happy to be back on board.
Olivia Reiner, you're on with Tony. Go ahead.
Hi, Tony. When we spoke to Chuck Fletcher yesterday, he said that based on his conversations with players and management in Carolina, you've worked really hard over the last year and his year and a half to change your ways. What work have you done to learn from some of your mistakes of the past?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the things that I got a little bit of trouble for in New York stem from, I'm going to walk the line pretty tight the way I play. I'm a competitive guy, fiery person. And it's because I want to win. And I think sometimes I've gone a little overboard, as I can be the first one to admit it. I'm not at fault for some of the stuff that's happened, but I thought this year I just, matured a lot and did a better job. Obviously I had a year off of hockey, right? I played 6 games 2 years ago and then was sitting around waiting to get back in. So when I had my opportunity to get back into the league and go to Carolina, I just took advantage of it and tried to mature. And I still play with that fire and I still play with the passion, but I held the line on it really well. And there was, never in doubt at all. So it was a good year, and I know it's going to continue to go that way. So I don't have any concerns.
Bill Meltzer, you're on with Tony. Go ahead.
Yeah, Tony, obviously you had great chemistry last season with Jacob Slavin. What did you learn from that partnership, the way you two guys balance each other off, the pace you play with, you can take with you going forward here to Philly? Yeah,
I mean, you can learn a lot from him defensively when you watch him. I don't think there's anybody better in the league one-on-one, defending. And we had a lot of man-to-man style there kind of defending. So you're really covering your own guy, and, you never know who you're going to get when you're covering your own guy, right? But Slavo, the way he was able to defend was just, it was impressive to watch. Best I've seen. And for some reason, we just were able to, right off the start, we didn't start the season together, but I think, it was 8-10 games in or whatever it was. We played together. We just had great chemistry. We never switched pairs again. And we, I'm more on the opposite side. He was the top defenders. We kind of really balanced each other out well. And I think that at one point we both kind of were balanced in both ways. He scored a lot of points this year, and we both played good defense. So it was a great partnership, and I'm looking forward to, taking some of the things I learned from him and using it with my next partner here.
Brandon Summerman, you're on with Tony. Go ahead.
Hey, Tony. First, welcome to Philadelphia.
Thank you.
Your comment yesterday, you were talking about Kevin. If you can just elaborate on that, on what your relationship with Kevin, and if you know any other Flyers currently at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I know a few guys. You meet so many guys throughout the league. You start to get to know guys a little bit. But Joel Farabee plays on my charity team every summer at the Voorhees tournament, the Checking for Charity. Real good guy. So I know him. I know TK just a little bit through Hazy. Me and TK used to battle every time we played each other. So Hazy kind of brokered a little friendship between us. But know a couple other guys as well. But Hazy's just a great guy. We connected as soon as I went to New York. Obviously, I didn't really know him there, but we had a good group of guys. And Hazy and I became real close. We were together a ton. And like he said yesterday, when he came to Philly, I was talking to him when he was getting ready to pick where he was going to go and sign. And I was, all for Philly for him, even though I was in New York at the time. But we always joked about playing together. And if we had a chance, that we would, I would love to do it and join him here. So now we get the shot and, continue our friendship. And I think that we're two personalities that are good for a locker room and good for a team. So I'm really looking forward to getting back in the same room as him.
All right, we'll do 2 more questions. Colin Newby, you're on with Tony. Go ahead. Colin, you there? Please unmute.
Hi, Tony. Welcome to Philadelphia.
Thanks.
You had briefly mentioned Rod Brindamore. Can you elaborate a little bit on what it was like to play with a coach with a good reputation, and whether or not you guys had ever discussed the Flyers organization or the Philadelphia area in general?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. We had just in talks through the year, never really where we were sitting down and going serious through it, because obviously he never wanted me to leave, and I had been on the phone with Rod a lot last week, in hopes to continue to play for him. He's I can't thank him enough. I mean, what an unbelievable coach, a great guy. I texted him last night and told him that I wanted to, once everything settled down, I wanted to call him and thank him properly on the phone. I don't want to send a text to thank him, but he's just an unbelievable guy. Everything you hear about him, I mean, you guys know him when he was here, but everything you hear about him is spot on. He's a good man. He's a great coach, great motivator, and couldn't be more thankful to have played for him. So we talked about Philly a lot. He kind of was what it means to be a Flyer, in my opinion. And, we share like similar opinions on how the game should be played and what hockey's all about. So me and him always seen eye to eye. And I think that he loved being a Flyer. Obviously, he loved being a Hurricane as well. But in my opinion, like I always told him, I said, he was a Flyer. That's what the league needs more of. I think hockey needs to tend to go back towards Roddy's style of game. But hopefully I could bring a little bit back to the Flyers as well.
And last question, Sam Carchidi. You're on, Tony. Go ahead.
Yeah, Tony, I'm sure you've had a chance to look over the Flyers roster. What do you think the prospects are for this team this season?
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously we got some stuff coming up this week, starting Wednesday or whatever we're going to be doing. That's not in my field. I'm just worried about playing. But we got a lot of good players. I mean, this team has been, 2 years ago, you're one goal away really from the conference final appearance. Then you have the COVID year where they were really banged up, and I was following them close that year. I was home the whole year, so I was watching a lot of the games and a lot of COVID. They would bounce back injuries, and then last year you're missing your top two centers almost the entire year. So it's tough to get a gauge on the last couple of seasons. But I think if we're healthy, there's a lot of real good players in the room. I think there's a lot of good prospects from what I could see. I don't know all the prospects, overly well, but I have a good idea of them. I try to follow it as close as I can. But there's a lot of talent. I think there's good defensemen. We got a great goalie. So, and it's just there's a new coach coming in. I think it's going to be, like I said, buy-in is the most important part. And I think the guys can't wait to get in there and buy into a new system and kind of write a new narrative of what's been going on, right? So we're going to have some fresh faces in there. We got a new coach. And it's a fresh slate. The last 2 years mean nothing. We just got to get back to work and get back to the playoffs.
All right. That does it for today. Tony, thank you very much for your time and welcome to Philadelphia.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.